Hey, what's going on? Um, this is like not even my first day in quarantine because it's like only my first 12 hours because quarantine started at midnight yesterday. And so, hey, Sergio. Um, So yeah, I'm just gonna. I don't know what time is it there. Hey Alex, it's 11:11. Wow, it's 11:11. How crazy is that? 11:11 a.m. here. So hello from the future if you're in New York. And yeah, like yesterday I was talking about like, oh, I'm gonna be in quarantine in this room. I just, by the way, get that it's like a really nice hotel, and it's not exactly the end of the world. And so I'm sorry if I implied that by my message. It's just like a new challenge for me, but like I get things could be a lot worse. Although I forgot my toothbrush and my razor, which seems kind of ridiculous, but I did remember all my DJ equipment, so that's the important thing. And so I was thinking like, um, I was just thinking that we could talk, like, if anybody wants to talk to me. I thought it'd be more interesting than just listening to me rant. I don't actually know how this works because I've literally never done this before, but I bet Joshua D knows how it works. Yeah? Want to have a chat? I seriously don't know how it works. Hey. Yeah, I don't know how to make this happen. Hope you're doing well. Thank you. I am doing well. Well, I mean, it's been 12 whole hours. Bring on logic magic tips. What's this? Questions. I have no idea how to do this. Oh my god, like I saw you, everything's going by too fast. How am I supposed to be able to read this? Love your music. Thanks, I like to hear that. Saw you in Rio. Do you get nervous before those massive crowds? Yeah, totally I do. And actually, I used to feel bad about getting nervous, but I also now like feel like it's part of like adrenaline or whatever, which like like you have to. I have to feel like that. If I'm entertaining people, I have to feel like I've got I've got to be like on that level myself. So yeah, I think it's kind of like I try to not be afraid of feeling nervous, but feel like it's like my body like preparing for what I'm about to do. That doesn't mean that it always doesn't feel good anyway, though. But yes, you can ask me questions. Matt wants to know if I'm getting how excited about my show and how long my set will be. That's a good question. I think like 2 or 3 hours, and I'm playing on Friday and Saturday night. And because probably because no other DJ wanted to do this quarantine. I can't see what your name is, but somebody says you're my favorite DJ ever. Bring on messages like that. I'm really happy to hear that. When can we get some Super Chumbo remixes? That's a good question. You know what? I just did a remix for a songwriter and singer called Ingrid Chavez, and she's actually the person who wrote Justify My Love for Madonna. And I bumped into someone in New York just like on the off chance, and they were working with her and asked me to do a remix for her, and I can't remember if I called it Super Chumbo or not, but it's like the song is called Let the Healing Begin, and it's Ingrid Chavez, and it's like maybe it's it's a little bit different for me. It's like a little bit deeper, and I think it's really good though. I really love it, and so I'll post about it, and all over as soon as that's done. But actually, there is some Super Chumbo stuff in the works. I'm kind of I probably shouldn't talk about it yet, but yeah, I'm working on some Super Chumbo stuff. Saw you at Toronto Pride and World Pride New York City. Oh my God, World Pride New York City was so amazing. That was maybe the best gig of my life if I had to choose just one. That was just so good. It was so good, and I was so gutted not to be able to play there again this year. And actually, I was just talking to Rick from Alegria this morning, and we were just talking about how sad we are both at the moment because we miss what we do so much. And Rashad, I'm guessing that's your name from your Instagram name, says you love the old school references in my music. Thank you. I love that people get them, and I'm old school myself, so I always try to make music that's gonna excite me first of all. You know what I mean? Like, I know you can guess if other people, maybe people are gonna like this, maybe they're not, but I know if I like it, and if I put in something that reminds me of my early days at the Sound Factory or whatever, it always makes me really happy. So, and I think it's good to. I think it's a way of appealing to more people too, and yeah. But I suppose most of all, it's to make myself happy. Have I been? Lewis wants to know if I've been working on any new music and remixes during quarantine. Yeah, actually I have, and and in fact I plan on doing that here. I haven't set it up yet because I just haven't set it up yet. But I've got a little keyboard that I work with, and I've done a lot of new music in quarantine, and in fact I've got a song coming out with. It's coming out on Juicy called Space with Alessander Galissi, and I've got this remix that I just told you about. Man, I hope I just got his name right. And I'm working with a new vocalist on a totally new project that's also probably I can't really talk too much about yet. Joshua D says he loves that I'm quarantining for this. It shows that I'm really in for the music. You know what? That's true. I'm. So many of my friends said don't do this because you're gonna go crazy, and I plan to do it live on Instagram, so that'll be interesting at least. And you can kind of like give me feedback and see how crazy I am each day. And but you know what? I just felt like I miss it too much. I didn't realize. I swear I will never take this for granted again, being in a big club and playing loud thumping music to people and seeing the room go crazy and knowing we're all in the same space, in the same place, and having that same musical moment and that high and that energy. I miss it so much, and I feel like I'm working on music and I'm not bored, I'm ever bored. I've got a stack of books that just sit by my bed, and I hope that I'm going to absorb them through osmosis or something. It's never I'm not bored, but not DJing and not traveling to DJ and kind of having that feeling of achievement and satisfaction and feedback, validation, all of that stuff. It's really difficult. I really feel a bit and maybe the most difficult thing is the uncertainty of the future, because if I knew it was you've only got to hold out until the beginning of next year, next spring, it wouldn't be so tough, but I'm not so sure. Did you get tested for COVID when you arrived in Hong Kong? From Juan. No, I didn't, but because I was only in transit, but I had to get I had to have like a test before I applied for my visa for Taipei, and then I had to have a test. This was really tricky, right? Like I had to have a test 3 days before my flight. In London, private tests take 48 to 72 hours to have the results. And so my flight was on Wednesday, so I got the test on Friday. The results came back Saturday, and then suddenly everyone was worried that it wasn't close enough, and so I called the airline, and they're like, "No, it has to be 72 hours." I mean, that's a pretty strange situation to think that you need to have a test within 72 hours, and the test may take up to 72 hours. Anyway, I managed to find a 24-hour test, and I've had so many negative COVID tests, but so don't worry about that. That's just like, I don't know, it's something else. Maybe it's post-COVID stuff because actually I did have it in March when I was in New York, and I've had several like positive antibody tests since then, and I was really lucky too that I didn't have it that bad. It was just like a fever, really bad body aches. But I knew at the time, it was like something was wrong. I had it for like 5 days, which is just like, I don't get a fever for 5 days. There's something really weird going on. Tasty Snacks says, "What do you think you played the most in all your sets? What track?" Um, Music Express by Express 2, maybe. That's one of my favorites. I'm gonna push this button and see what happens. Go live with. Oh my God! Where did you go? All right, so I'm just trying to figure this out. I'm trying to go live with Joshua D. Let's see if this is gonna work. And somebody else is asking me, Rafa is asking me what it was like working with Peter Rafa.
What's up?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
What, you're in a disco?
No, I'm in my studio.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Let me turn off the. I have it on my computer as well. There we go. How's it going?
Nice.
Oh, you're in like one of my favorite places. I love Taipei. You're so
Yeah,
lucky.
yeah.
You're so lucky.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm so excited to be playing somewhere where it's like okay to. Actually, I'm not sure exactly what the situation is with like masks and stuff, but just knowing that it's okay, to have a party is so exciting.
Yeah, I'm sure they're probably gonna have you like really far away from everybody and making sure everything's
Yeah,
safe and sound.
yeah. Yeah, but I mean, just the fact that they've got such good control on it here. But you know what? I mean, it's so no joke. Like, I can't have like no one can come in the room.
Which, by the way, loving the decor. It's great.
I mean, I could really be in a worse. Actually, when I was thinking about it, I was like, guys, I don't know if I can do this. And then they sent me the hotel, and I was like, oh, it's a Philippe Stark hotel. Yeah, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, maybe I could cope. It's such a nice hotel, and my friend Jimmy sent over Din Tai Fung. Did you ever eat Din Tai Fung when you were here? It's like my favorite.
Yes, that's the best.
Yeah,
right in Taipei 101.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. So what do you think you're gonna play? What kind of tunes you gonna spin for these guys?
Well, so because of the situation in the quarantine, I'm doing 2 parties. So I'm doing Friday night. Originally they asked me to do a Super Chumbo thing, and they wanted to call it like Black Chumbo, something Halloween, and I was like, okay, that works for me. And so that was what they originally booked before, and then because of the quarantine and thing, it was so difficult to get people in to go through this, and expensive to keep me here and feed me for 2 weeks, or whatever. And so they said, would you want to do 2 nights? And I was like, actually, I know what we should do. We'll do 2 nights, and I'll do the first night as Super Jumbo, and I'll do the second night as Tom Steffen, and do that more as like, the big room circuit kind of, circuit festival kind of, sound, more commercial. And so So that's kind of cool to do both things.
Yeah, people get
And
to hear like two sides to you. That's
yeah,
rare. All in one weekend, right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, it's good. It's
I
good.
remember,
And,
I remember the first time I heard you live. Oh my God, it was at Black Party. Do you remember that? And then I heard all of a sudden I hear you dropping this sample of that one thing that I did that one time, and
yeah. So it
and
must have
I
been that must
went
have been the
nuts.
first
And
time I played. I played that so much. That was so great.
yeah, you were in
Yeah.
something like Tiki Hut or something. Remember?
Yes. Yeah. 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 I mean, that was because I did two black parties, but that was the first one I did like with Honey Dijon played after
Yep,
me. I think.
yep, yep.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, that was a night. I miss
Yeah.
Roseland.
It was. That was a party. Both of
That
those
was a
parties
party.
were incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's everything going in London? I mean, is it like I heard that things are kind of getting a little bad there.
It is. Hey, Victor, you were here. You were in. Sorry, I'm waiting
Yeah,
because somebody just sent me a message. London. You know what? You know what's annoying? I spent most of the beginning of quarantine or like the whole pandemic in New York um, with a guy I was seeing, and so I saw everything that was happening in New York City, and it was so bad there and so scary. And then, from my point of view, everybody started wearing masks, and the numbers just went down. So like from what I saw, that was really effective. And then when I went back to London, masks were like
which is
it
which
was
is
like
how it is
not
here
cool. It
now.
was like not cool to wear a mask, and I was walking around wearing a mask like I felt like an idiot. And it's even up to just recently, like it's just really started that people are wearing masks, and I think that we're suffering because of that. That's my feeling about it.
Nightlife is,
Yeah,
I think, forever changed because of this, and it's
yeah.
it's it's gonna like I just imagine when everybody goes back to clubs, they're gonna be afraid to touch each other. Just the
I
psychological
know.
effect, you know what I mean?
It's,
And so I mean, but the good side of this is that I feel like a lot of people are exploring this like side of music that they've never been able to play at clubs before, and I think that's awesome.
yeah, I agree. I mean, I've definitely, I wouldn't say that like I've changed what I play, but for sure doing things like, like your live stream event that I did. I mean, it's like, it's really nice to feel like I mean, you don't have to play such a big room sound because we're not in such big rooms.
Hmm.
People are dancing around their front room. It kind of doesn't have to have the same intensity. And yeah, it will be interesting to see how it changes things.
Right, right. I'm gonna get going.
All right.
I'm gonna tune in every single day. This is awesome idea. I really, I really like it. Oh, Mark DeMarco. I think I saw him say hi. Hey, Mark.
I know. Did I hear about the club in Atlanta? I think something bad happened in Atlanta. I heard somebody.
Yeah. I mean, the
Yeah.
last thing I will say about that, and I mean, I respect everybody's right to do whatever they want. It's just, I feel like everyone needs to kind of take a step back and really think about their friends, their family, and stuff.
Mhm.
And, taking a little bit of time away from the dance floor is going to be really helpful to get us all back there sooner. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
anyway, I wish you the best of luck on your gig, and it was
Thank
really
you.
nice talking to you.
Yeah, and thanks for having me as part of your event as well. By the way,
It
that
was
was very
awesome. We
cool.
had a restream last night. It was amazing.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
All
nice.
right, bye.
Good to talk to you.
Yeah, you too. Bye bye.
Bye. Don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing? Let's see if we can get Derek Montero. Derek, are you there? Hmm. Derek must have lost interest in going away or something. All right, fine. Let's see who else we can find. Oh, I see. Sorry, I was just like making people. All right. So I'll go back to answering questions. Somebody asked me what it was like to what it was like working with Peter Rauhofer. I mean, we're having some live video issues. I mean, Peter, like, I mean, we never actually like worked together, like in the studio or something like that. But Peter, like, was a supporter of what I was doing, like pre-revolution, which is like a big time because there was like life before the revolution and then like life after, and things changed a lot because kind of before the revolution a lot more people paid attention to what I was doing during the time period afterwards. And Peter was somebody who was into what I was doing before with like the early stuff I did on Twisted, and he invited me to play. I remember we did a Star 69 party at Winter Music Conference and Chic performed. And this was all like, it was the like late 90s. And so yeah, and like he did a remix for me back then of a track that I did called "Believe in Love," and so I always had really good experiences working with Peter. But he was for sure like a pretty fiery tempered guy, and actually, sadly, my last communication with him wasn't so nice. He was angry about this track that I had done with Salida because apparently, according to him, Salida had used part of what she used in the track with me in a track with him that was never used. And so I won't repeat what he said, but it wasn't very nice. But I also know that, like he'd get mad and like say crazy things, but like that was just him. And so I would say that I had a good experience working with him. And I mean, I was like, he was a big influence on me too. His productions and his early productions and his DJ style as well. Somebody wants to know if there's any Bollywood tracks that I played. I can't say that I have played any Bollywood tracks. Matt wants to know if I've learned any Chinese words. I know how to say I love you in Chinese. It's wa ao ni. And if Jimmy Chen's listening, he taught me to say that. And I always remember it because it kind of reminds me of what I need. I don't know if I just said it properly, by the way, but maybe kind of close, hopefully. Ni hao. Yeah. Oh, so what I need to know is I did some reading up on how to survive quarantine, and I was actually watching a YouTube video of this woman who actually was doing quarantine in a room without a window, which would really be challenging. And so I brought like my hand wash stuff to like wash my clothes because I can't do laundry here. They won't let things come in and out. And so I already discovered that eating Taipei beef noodles in a white t-shirt is dangerous. I've already got soup stains on 2 t-shirts, which is fine because I brought my hand wash stuff. But what the problem is like it's so humid here that overnight the t-shirts are like not any drier at all. So if there's any like people who have gone through quarantine in like humid places like this who have tips on how to dry your laundry, let me know. Um, yeah, those are my tips for the day. Yeah. Yeah, and vote if you're in the US. I voted. I'm sure everyone here did. Any more questions, or I'm gonna go like probably have to do some work. Actually, what I need to do is do my I think I need to do like a plan for the day because they wake me up at 7 a.m. with my breakfast, whether I feel like eating beef noodles at 7 a.m. or not. And I didn't feel like eating beef noodles this morning at 7 a.m. But um, so yeah. Well, anyway, lots of waves. I guess I'm trying to figure out when I should do this. Like when I'm when's a good time for me and when's a good time for other people. It's really difficult to, it's already a little bit late in New York and it's really late in London. It's difficult to find like a good time to do this, but if you have any suggestions on like anything about this, like when do you want to see it and what do you want to talk about, just message me and let me know. I mean, maybe also you've got better things to do than sit and talk to me just because I'm alone in a hotel room, and I totally get that. Um, but if you don't, I'm here. Send me a message. Thanks for watching.